I just see where we at. All right. Yeah, we good. Okay. All angles are good. We're gonna start in the middle here, and I'm gonna go ahead and start the recording. Good.
Yo, let's do this.
And welcome to Who Got Lyrics with Montana Blak and J Rag right here at the Royal Space Academy podcast site in Montgomery Mall. And we have another exciting episode for you guys today.
Episode 3.
This is episode 3.
Who Got Lyrics?
Episode 3 of Who Got Lyrics, J Rag and Montana Blak. Listen, if y'all don't know, we are the only two MCs that signed ourselves to our own labels. Like, bring your mic
at least
up
from Philly.
bit. At least from Philadelphia. Like I know it was done in other cities and states, but in Philadelphia, I have yet to hear of an artist signing themselves to their own deal. Other than, and I didn't even know Rag had did it until we had that conversation. And I gotta let you know, bro, I'm highly impressed because a lot of people don't even go in that direction. They want the bag.
They're afraid to. They want the money.
Yeah.
It's easier that way.
And speaking of record deals and music, the industry has been really weird lately. Would you say?
It's different. It's definitely different from when we started, and before us.
For sure,
our predecessors. It's so before you needed the A&R department, you needed the machine behind you to feed the radio stations and support and the promotion.
Yes.
And to fund the label and to get your advances and studio time and features and
listen. I was
everything.
watching an interview. I think it was Nori on Drink Champs with Papoose, and he was saying how when he signed the $1.5 million deal with Jive, they had a clause in the contract to where as though they was able to get out of the deal and keep the money.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
Well, he was saying like they was blocking him. You know how
without giving a certain amount of production or a certain amount of material.
No, he never even dropped the album. His album was called Nasarima Dream that he was supposed to drop on the job. And the only reason why I know that it was Papoose.
Okay, all right.
I was running with Big Lou and K Slay and all of them while that deal was happening with Pat, and I actually brought him to Philadelphia. But while he was signed to Jive, I don't know how Slay got this clause in the contract, whereas though if the label didn't hold up to their end, right, it was null and void. And the label didn't hold up to their end because they didn't follow the protocol to whereas though they drop a single, then put the R&B single. He said they was blocking him from all the R&B artists because they was all signed to Jive, like T-Pain, R. Kelly, Chris Brown. Everybody was on Jive at that time.
Yeah.
So without that single, and he said he was supposed to do a single with R. Kelly, and he was grateful that didn't happen.
Yeah, but at the same time, that was like a golden ticket.
Yeah,
at that time.
That was a definite hit. That was a for sure hit.
Yeah.
During that time, the early 2000s, R. Kelly had it sold up. Then it was T-Pain or Chris Brown.
T-Pain was another one. During that run, T-Pain was a guaranteed, radio hit.
Yeah, for sure, 1,000%.
So okay, so let me ask you, while we're talking about that, are you able to separate the artist from his personal life, the music from his personal life in perfect instance?
I don't think it's a matter of me doing the separation.
I just meant
the artists need to do the separation, and a lot of artists don't.
I just meant as far as listeners, they're like, oh, let's.
So when I listen to his music now, I can hear the pedophilia.
Yeah, you can. Like age ain't nothing but a number. Like with Aaliyah.
So before you were even aware of the pedophilia, right? Age ain't nothing but a number. It sounds a little sus, but you don't think that he's going to go into it, right, from that perspective.
Now putting it together.
But now when you put it together, you
definitely can hear some
records,
of the.
You can hear the pedophilia in the records.
But I just meant like, so people are like, the cancel culture that was happening with, you know, now granted R. Kelly, you know, peeing
The
on little
music-
girls and all that.
Right.
It's crazy. But can you still listen to R. Kelly records, or do you just not listen to the artist and consider them?
It's difficult for me to answer that question, because being an artist, I try not to listen to other artists so I don't mix their sound into mine. Like,
Okay.
I'm going to hear the music.
I get it. Now I do. I would say the opposite. Like, but I don't put it in my music. But it's like inspiration, or
Right. So
you
the
know,
music that I
with no
hear,
goal to sound like anybody.
the music that I hear that spills over, that's I get inspired by. Somebody might tell me about a song or want me to listen to a song that they like, and yeah, that joint was dope. That joint was fire. But I would rather listen to underground, independent artists, right? Because that's the next wave. That's the future wave.
So yeah, that's what I got in like later was when I was finding new artists to write and produce for.
Yes.
You know, the ghostwriter
Yeah.
is what I've been labeled as towards the end.
Yeah.
You know, which is fine. You know, the guy that writes the songs but doesn't get the credit, but I get the money, so it's fine. But anyway, so I would go on YouTube.
Are you at liberty to even like
Some I
discuss
can.
who you wrote?
Some I can and some I can't. Still, because of the time. What do they call it? You know, it's too early, too soon.
Okay, it's too soon.
But yeah. So like, I was going on YouTube and finding artists that I like, and I'm like, he's doing crazy covers, and they're getting momentum, and some people might be able to pick this up. Who maybe one of the people I'm talking about without saying it. So if you do, that's what's up. But you're getting hella fucking traction by YouTube covers, and I'm like, man. So I would reach out and be like, let me send you some original music, some original songs, and build relationships with them and give them songs and stuff to
That's
perform.
a great idea.
And then and then they would blow up because they were already blowing up off of doing covers, big covers that would get millions of views, but had no original music.
Right.
And so I
I
started
didn't
reaching
know-
out, shooting emails. I would reach out on YouTube, their Instagram, and I would just DM them. And a lot of them got back to me, and then I started writing them songs or asking them if they wanted me to just go for it or if they had something they wanted to say.
Did you reference the tracks yourself, or were they R&B
Some of
tracks?
them I did reference
Okay.
the R&B ones, and then some of them I had other people do.
Okay.
Some of them I just sent them the lyrics and basically did my best to tell them, this is how it was designed to go, but do your thing with it.
Right.
Go at your
Rearrange
liberty.
it.
Rearrange it. Don't be afraid to change some words that fit you better.
Right.
It might be a city reference that, Philly, work it in to
Right.
be Atlanta or
Right.
LA or wherever.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Because back in the day, we were writing songs for more hip hop than I was, ghost writing for some people. And, but then I was like, on a daily basis, I probably listen to more R&B than I do hip hop. And by no reason.
At this stage, I definitely listen to more
Yeah.
R&B.
So
I'm really not listening to a lot of hip hop right now. There's a lot of toxicity in it. A lot of I'm not gonna say masculine toxicity because I don't even know what that is. I don't know how masculinity can be considered toxic. Like that's like saying toxic femininity.
yeah, but what is that? I don't know.
It's just a what is it called? Like a trigger word or something like that. In my opinion,
Yeah,
it's like a trigger word. But there's so much going on.
it's definitely toxic. Even the new R&B is toxic.
Yeah, there's no
the
more
shit that they
love in
say-
the music. There's
yeah.
no more talking about falling in love, being in love,
Falling out of love,
courtship.
being hurt,
Yeah.
hurting somebody,
Yes, yes. No
getting
more
them to the
apologies.
bedroom.
I think with the cheating records started all this. Keep it on the down low, and so I creep. Like there was a lot of cheating records.
There was a lot then. They just were worded differently.
Yeah, like everybody wanted to be the best cheater, and see what they can get away with. Like I don't know, bro. Like hip hop has taken such a turn for the worst, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like where do you see it going at this point?
This was the first year that there wasn't a number one. 2025
I wasn't mad at that.
was the first time in a long time that there wasn't a number one record at any point that was a hip hop record.
But I wasn't mad at that. I'm kind of
It was the first
happy
year though,
that it wasn't.
years.
I'm happy that it wasn't because it
I
gives
think
us a
it might
chance to reset
and say, you know what? Now it's got to change into a different direction, or just at least,
or get back to the direction that it was headed in. Because when hip hop first started, right, when it was just in its infancy, nobody wanted to play it. Nobody wanted it on their radio station. Yeah. It was like straight R&B and none of that rap stuff, right?
Yeah. And then hip hop took over as far as the numbers, and R&B went under the radar.
It only took over because of the numbers, because how it was toxified, right? It was pretty much, it went from Afrocentricity to hood murder mentality, right? And that's when it was allowed in the mainstream. I think it started in the mainstream. I think it started with NWA being hired by record labels to, like, it looked like an innocent record, but I think the record was a ploy. I think it was a ploy to start the wave of murder music, drill rap, right? So that hip hop would eat itself from the inside out. So once we get hip hop eating itself from the inside out, and now there's no hip hop on Billboard, the industry can be like, see, I told you this would happen. Yeah, but it was encouraged because the Talibs, the Commons, the conscious rap wasn't getting signed. The only thing that was getting signed to labels was the toxic hood rap. So if that's all that's going to get signed, that's the only way I'm going to be able to feed my family. That's what they did.
But then they would start classifying artists like Common and Talib to like neo soul, hip hop. Then they were like backpack.
Yeah, they are.
But, they were calling it neo soul at one point. I remember doing a show down there at the convention center, and they had them clumped in with the neo soul artists like Jill Scott and because I remember performing down there on a card, and I was surprised to see Talib.
Jill Scott is definitely a neo soul.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Music is neo soul. Common Sense is not neo soul.
No.
Now, can he be on a neo soul record? Absolutely.
Of course.
Absolutely.
You could be featured
but
on
Common Sense is a hip hop.
He's a hip hop artist.
Not even a rap artist. Like, anybody can be a rap artist.
Could be a rapper.
Anybody, because we're sitting here rapping. Me and you, we're rapping right now. We're having a rap.
It's a play on words.
Right.
It's essentially.
So to be a hip hop artist, though, if you don't get no information out of that record after you finish listening to it, that wasn't a hip hop record. If you don't know something after you finish listening that you didn't know, right? That you didn't know, then that's not a hip hop record. That was a rap record.
So when I was an artist, I always classified myself as a hip hop recording artist, even though I was going for commercial success, and I was doing commercial songs that were in the commercial realm, or But it was because I think I was trying to separate myself, like, for hip hop and R&B, because I just didn't want to be classified as a rapper. I wanted to have more of a broad spectrum.
Recording artists.
Right.
The recording, right? Recording a record is an artistry, because some people can rap, right?
They can't make a song for shit. They can't do the format.
I'm not even talking about formatting a song. I'm talking about getting in the booth and emphasizing and bringing those words to life over a microphone is an artistry by itself, right? Voiceovers. The guy that plays Vecna on Stranger Things, that was his voice. He did the voice. I thought it was a voiceover.
Yeah.
Like Darth Vader, it was James Earl Jones.
Yeah,
he didn't.
I didn't know that until later.
Right,
no, he wasn't a physical character.
No,
he was when he had his mask on. He was doing the voiceover.
So I
didn't know that until way after.
So going in a recording booth and making a record, you have to be able to bring the character of the artist to life, the same way you would do an artist on a character on a movie.
Yeah,
and a lot of rappers don't do that.
No.
Right. So.
And then a lot do.
And a lot do. Like, I think Ice Cube was the best at it.
Yeah.
Biggie was great at
He
it.
was the way he would ride. So that's where I got my inspiration to ride the bass.
An actor playing the role of a rapper.
Because if you listen to a lot of my songs and verses, that my vocals will ride the bass in the
okay.
instead of chasing the hi-hat and the drum pattern, I would ride the bass. So
I would
got that from Biggie. Like I would that was the inspiration for doing that. I was that is really cool to wait because it makes the flow different on every track.
I've never tried to ride the bass of a track, but that sounds interesting.
Because now, like you see everybody, like a lot of the songs, they all have the same delivery. The bars might be fire. That doesn't change the fact that they're a dope artist and have good music. But a lot of the flows and deliveries and cadences are the same. But if you do it where you ride the bass, like you will have the potential to have a different flow on every song. And that was my goal, to have a different delivery on every song.
So do you think, and as far as song structure, do you think it is more important to have a recognizable flow, which would be a consistent flow, which would be the same flow on every song, or would it be more advantageous to have different flows for every record? That's before you know.
I'm gonna go with the latter. Before you know. Okay, all right. I'd say the middle of the latter. So I don't think because a lot of the times now when I listen to a song, and a lot of that has to do with production and the producers also. But a lot of Chris Brown's new album, a lot of it sounded the same. Like a lot of it sounded the same, even though they were different. There was so many similarities on each song that you could tell like one person is producing it and writing it. I believe.
So whereas you don't think there was any diversity?
Yeah, I think his older albums had a lot more diversity on songs and tempos.
What about like his branding though? Like so now he has a brand, right? So doing something too far out of his brand might deter listeners.
It could, and it happens. Think about like artists that are like, we don't want you to adjust to what these new people are doing. We're fans of you for years,
right? Because
of what you do, what you're known for.
So let's look at it from this aspect.
Like Keith Sweat, for example.
Yes, he's crying on the beat.
He does what he does, and he'll mix in some of the new modern stuff, but he does what he does.
And what he do is cry on a track.
Yeah.
And I was going to bring that to light.
Like, his voice isn't even like that. I mean, it is, but it's
neither is Michael Jackson.
Because he's got a falsetto and like he's got so much range that you don't know unless you see him live. You're like, oh shit, Keith Sweat can sing for real. Keith Sweat.
No, he can.
Yeah,
Keith Sweat can sing.
But he always does that. Nobody, that
through
whiny nasally instead of using his diaphragm and his throat. He's nasal. On a lot of the songs.
What I was going to say,
Michael Jackson, he
is
really
Nas, right? When he did Uchiwala, that's not a Nas record.
That is not how you would.
That's not what you expect from Nas.
No.
Just like you don't expect Ludacris to do a revolutionary record.
I like that song.
And I like everybody on that song but Nas.
Okay, all right. I like Nas on that song. I like that song altogether. Not his best work.
I bet you don't know that verse.
No, I can't remember.
No.
Now, if it was playing, I could probably sing partially along with it. But just to go off the top right now, no, it's not that.
But the other verses, little young thing, go around my.
Oh, there's a lot of classic Nas that I can recite.
That's not Nas. That was somebody on the record. I know the people that was on the record verses more than I know Nas verses.
All right. Okay.
Right. So I wouldn't expect a revolutionary record from Ludacris.
No, you expect a
goofy
playing around with bars and wordplay and innuendos, and because that's what you expect from Luda.
I expect
now if he sang some like
inflection
Public
on
Enemy,
record,
you'd be like, "That's Luda."
Yeah, imagine Public Enemy and Ludacris doing a record together.
That's what I'm saying. You wouldn't expect that from Luda. Not to say he can't do it, but he can't do it now because he could, but it's not. It's not what his fans are expecting. Right. So, or people wouldn't even give it the credit because it's not what they want. It's not what they expect from him.
Now, what about 50? What about 50? What do you expect from a 50 Cent record?
He's versatile, but as far as doing the commercial songs and the real club records, but when he does like songs like Many Men or any kind of where he's actually trying to say something, I think he's able to do that too.
So what has 50 Cent actually said? Which, when you say trying to say
I
something,
just been as far as bars, but
yeah, like I mean, what
they've lightened up
has
over
been
the
his
years.
message? What has been his mission statement? Get rich or die trying.
Kill, get rich, get money, die trying.
So that means
taking bitches to the candy shop.
Get money by any means, not get free, stay free.
That's never been his thing.
That's never been.
He's
his
not a
thing.
political rapper.
He's not a political rapper.
And I'm not talking about dropping Trump bars. I'm just saying he's not a freedom fighter.
No.
By any means.
No. Who would you say is?
KRS-One. Are you talking about currently? Or just in general,
point,
like
any point.
You know, you got. I don't know that anybody is now. Oh, that's not true. Killer Mike does have.
The man name is Killer Mike.
I know that. That's kind of.
It's an oxymoron.
Yeah, but he does do.
No, he definitely
conscious, spiritual.
He does revolutionary political
songs and music.
Songs, yes.
But yes, it is funny that his name.
I would give it to Kendrick.
Kendrick, yes, yeah, Kendrick does, and he'll mix in commercial songs also.
That I don't know.
I don't know what he does with his personal life.
I don't know what he does with it. So like you asked earlier, can you separate the
artist from the music?
The person.
The person from the artist or from the music.
Yeah.
Because I like R. Kelly, man. I don't fuck with him because he's got a clear history of pedophilia and little girls, and so I can't fuck with him on a personal level. But I still will listen to an R. Kelly song.
Okay.
I still fuck with R. Kelly music. Now I know Michael Jackson was acquitted, and even his accusers have come out.
I don't think
that ever happened.
I don't think that ever happened.
Because even his accusers came out and said that it never happened. My parents had forced me to do it.
Yeah.
So I really believe that they were it was people out to get him.
Yeah.
But at the time, people could say, I can't fuck with Mike anymore because of this.
Well, if you was a true Michael Jackson fan.
No, and to me, Mike is the best ever.
If you were a true Mike fan, you would not even have thought that propaganda was even remotely true.
No, I never believed it, man.
No.
I rode hard. I was like, there's no way.
I think Michael Jackson definitely had
some weird
Peter Pan effect.
Yeah, I think he put himself in some positions he shouldn't have been in. Shouldn't have had kids in his room, all that, But I think it was out of naive. It's hard to say too, man.
I'm gonna tell you this.
His business game.
I'm gonna tell you this, and this is personal, right? My kid's mother would try to let my kids sleep in the bed
with you guys.
I'm not having it.
Up until a certain age.
At no point.
I just don't think it's a good idea. And I agree. I don't think it's a good idea because then they get comfortable and then it's hard to get them out of the bed.
I'm gonna say for the reason of we slay on this bed. We do some nasty shit. I don't want my children laying in the energy.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Laying in the frequency or the energy. Like somebody put me onto something a while ago. Technically, you're not even supposed to have sex in the same house, under the same roof your kids live under.
And that's almost impossible. Think about that. That's almost impossible.
No, it's not.
Well, it's not impossible.
No, it's not. Because you was going to hotels before then.
Yeah, but if you have young kids and they're in the household and you guys are a family together,
right?
You make another kid.
You don't have to. You don't have to
though. I mean, but you could definitely put a stain on your sex life.
Utilize hotels and
that's assuming you could find somebody to watch the kids.
Yeah,
but
it would have to be scheduled. Yeah. I'm not saying that this is a practice that I partake in.
No.
But I do think that it's a good look
and
as far as keeping your children out of sexual energy, because that's what the job of a parent is, to protect the children's gates, what they hear, see, eat, and feel.
Yeah, that's why with the schools and shit though.
Right.
I had an issue with them with the books they were putting in. I was like, if that's for us to teach them certain shit. You shouldn't be teaching anything sexually related or or transitioning or like telling them
yeah.
they got to keep that shit from the parents.
Oh,
and
no.
like all that is like, whoa.
That's insane.
I wasn't with that from the beginning.
That's crazy work.
They want to see them books, they can go to the library on our okay.
Yeah, that's
but
crazy.
But the school
work.
shouldn't have control over doing that shit.
Now, what should the state have control over the school?
Yeah, probably. No, I don't know.
All right, so let's
as far as government funding or controlling the curriculum.
What was schools invented for?
Okay, so you got preschool, and then the earlier years are for development. I'll just go through.
Okay.
And then for the early development, teach them to coexist, share, be around other people.
You can't do that in the home?
No, you can. But I'm saying as far as in group settings, like with other children, maybe your own single child.
Even if you do, you got nieces.
You bring them with friends and friends, but
and
that's what it was created for social settings and teaching them how to acclimate
social
and to the beginning of learning. And then for first grade is where they start to teach the reading and the curriculum from that point.
Social settings, right?
Right.
Sounds like something you would do with your phone.
Social media settings?
Yeah.
Okay, if you go deep dive, you probably could put the correlation together.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know how it
sounds like something you would do. Social setting sounds like something you would do with your phone, right? So we got to think about who started the public education system. Do you know?
I do not. No, I hope you do.
Rockefeller.
Like the Rockefeller?
Yes. Schools were initiated.
But long before him, like they had some sort of a semblance of
classes.
School.
It wasn't really school, right? The only time you use the word school, can you use the word school in a sentence without talking about a educational institution?
A school of fish.
There you go. So you get it? A school of
which is
fish.
also is a group of little fish.
Right.
That travel.
Right. So who's doing the fishing?
Well, that's what I meant by social setting. Without even using that analogy, it was set up for the younger years. Was set up for these social.
So the whole
right or
thing
wrong,
is
but
set
that's
up
why
to
they
create
set up.
employees.
Well, essentially at the end, yeah, because
think about the whole thing from the beginning to the end.
Yeah, especially
if you're going to
because think about college, what it is. It's the last stepping stone, the last stage of you getting your path for whatever your career is going to be to earn money or whatever you're going to do for a living.
Is to teach you how to research on your own.
And then high school is the prerequisite for that.
Yes.
You know, your the maths, the science, the algebra, all the things that lead up to whatever your career path is going to be.
Absolutely.
Even though most of it you don't end up using. Like I think in high school they should have more
if you're not going to use it, what was the point of it?
I guess for people that were going to be scientists or
so how many
architects?
So you got to think about it. This is a
doctors,
group
lawyers.
setting, right? This is a group setting full of individuals.
Correct.
So how are you going to grade individuals in a group setting?
Especially when you have the larger classrooms. If you think about the public schools that have 50 or more.
So can you judge a monkey against a fish on how well it swims?
No.
Can you judge a fish on how well it can climb a tree?
Yeah,
no.
So you're lumping everybody into one thing.
Yes.
And it basically weeds out who's going to be successful and who's not.
It weeds out who's going to comply.
And the people that need the additional help
not
or maybe
success.
a little bit more are not going to benefit.
Nobody needs help.
But some people
like they give
more.
if I give you the answers from Monday to Thursday, and then I test you on the answers on Friday, did I educate you or did I just make you compliant? You get the answers from Monday to Thursday. The test comes out on Friday. Now tell me what I told you. That's pretty much what school is.
And you also have to be able to retain.
So it's memorization.
Yeah.
It's not education. It's memorization.
Could be education if it's stuff you didn't know already.
Okay, so now we have to go into the levels of it, right? And we're just going to stick with the basic three: physical, spiritual, and mental. What didn't you know already? When you got here as an infant, what didn't you know already?
Yeah.
I remember the nurse coming into my daughter's room, right, when after she was born, and the nurse going, goo, gaga, woo, woo, doo, doo, woo. I said, what the fuck is you doing?
Yeah.
Why would you do that to somebody that's looking at your mouth, learning how to talk?
Yeah. The baby tongue shit.
Who? That is fucking satanic. That is diabolical. I have never Google to an infant that is learning how to talk.
Yeah.
Or the so big. Nobody talks like that.
Come here, baby.
Nobody.
It's like you're talking to a dog.
Nobody talks like that. I have always,
or shouldn't. I mean, I'm sure there's people that do talk like that. But
and if you do, you need mental help.
That might not be the one you want teaching your kid.
Yeah, right. And if you notice,
no, but they do. They learn how to read. They learn how to math.
The archetype of teachers are so similar across the board, whether they're male or female teachers. There's more female teachers than male teachers.
1000%.
So right there, that should raise some red flags. That should raise some red flags.
Why don't men want to do it?
It's not that men don't want to do it, right? The teachers, right, are the men that provide the infrastructure for the women that teach the kids.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
Right? And, opinions are like assholes.
It's all
Everybody
subjective.
got one and they all stink.
There's an ass for every seat.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I think 50 is handing out lessons right now in the in the music industry with this whole thing with Davies, Maino, Fabolous, and Jim Jones.
Yeah. I mean, just did that big doc on Diddy.
He did. And I don't know how I feel about that, though.
I wasn't okay. So let's did another one to separate the artist. The Diddy. I'm not going to stop listening to Puff Daddy music.
So you'll stop listening to R. Kelly?
No, I didn't. No, I never stopped listening to R. Kelly either.
No?
No.
Okay.
Just because I don't support what he did in his personal life, I still rock R. Kelly songs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I can't stop listening to R. Kelly. I won't stop listening to Mike. I won't stop listening to Diddy.
Yeah, I never stopped listening. Mike's records are still
classic, timeless, legendary.
When I stopped, I mean, Big said a lot of gay shit.
Oh yeah, fuck him in the ass, throw him over the bridge.
Big said, and that looks so good. Like, why would anybody think somebody looks that good that you would perform fellatio on their father?
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, thank you, sir.
Yeah, no, but he definitely had some crazy lyrics.
Yeah, and then R. Kelly had some crazy lyrics too.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? Like we were saying earlier, like you can hear the pedophilia in him now.
The Pied Piper.
What's going on with this NYC Trax NYC?
Oh wait. Before we jump to that, let's do 50 Cent. We'll stay on there.
Okay.
So he's coming after
Fabolous, Maino, Jim Jones,
because
and Davies.
Their landlord said that they missed the rent payment.
But how would he know?
I don't know that. That I'll have to dig into, see how we figured that out. Or is he?
I don't think it's a matter
already
of
reaching out to these people because he already didn't fuck with Fab.
I think it's an acquisition. I think there's an acquisition in place where he has pieces in their podcast and he wanted to give it some traction and some leverage.
It could be. I would never put that past him.
Yeah, that sounds like a 50 Cent move to me.
It sounds like something he would do.
Yeah.
But then again, like because Fab was friends with Diddy at one point, Fab is fair game. And I think that's what started it. How
much of friends was Fab?
They were close.
I don't recall ever really seeing them.
Oh, there's always.
When that one show where Diddy was like, "Why you never party with me?
What you never party with me, Daddy?
That was crazy.
Daddy, you never party with me. I mean, party.
But Fab was curving though. Like,
even he
what
was
are you
like,
talking about? What do you
mean? We partied
party?
for my birthday, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, but it wasn't. We didn't party.
We didn't party.
He's like, come on, Daddy.
Like, what type of party are you talking about, sir?
He was going a little far with that. So that's left for interpretation. I don't know.
All right, so
but he was always at his white parties.
At his throat because of that.
Think about what he did with Ja Rule, Fat Joe. Anybody that was associated with Ja Rule at the time got it.
Yeah.
So anybody that's associated with Diddy now is getting it. French Montana,
Well, that balcony scene was crazy.
Yeah, he was giving it to so I think he's just on their list. So anytime somebody brings up his name, he's like, "So you really want to play with me?"
So Hove maybe
he might be next, man. He might be next
in the crosshairs.
I always think though that with those type of things, man, just make sure your closet is clean, and that nobody could come around and do a documentary on you later.
Who, 50?
Yeah, if you're gonna do shit like that,
no,
just make sure your skeletons are all assorted and cleaned up and tucked away far enough if you have any. Because he don't want a documentary made about him.
I think Pat just said something about him lying about being shot 9 times. It was only 5. But
is that what's starting to be with them?
I mean, how many times you got to get shot to be?
When's it matter? What's the difference?
Yeah.
One time, 9
One time
times?
is enough.
Does it make a difference?
One time of getting shot is enough. Like you don't need to.
Yeah, if it was 9, 6,
times.
5, 7, like 3, does it make a difference at that point?
That's
really.
I mean, at the end of the day, like.
But that's enough to get 50 started.
On the guy who got shot, though, like.
Yeah, y'all respect the dude who got shot.
We respect
the shooter.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. But go off.
Yeah. So then, after that whole comment about them not paying their landlord rent,
right,
for their studio podcast studio, Christmas dropped that song where they
Squatters' Rights.
No, it wasn't Squatters' Rights. It was called. It was something with squatter in it. But
I thought it was called Squatters' Rights.
No, it wasn't called that. It was.
Let's rap about it. The only verse I heard was Fab verse.
Yeah, okay.
I listened to a little bit of Jim Jones' verse.
Everybody else's verse was all right, but Fab went off. I think he had the best verse on it.
Yeah, but personally. I don't think it was so as spectacular as people were saying. Like,
and it wasn't as direct.
Like a 1-syllable rap.
Yeah, and it wasn't like it was direct shots at him. I mean, he made reference to the not paying the landlord and the squatting, and a few.
He also brought up 50's baby mom.
Yeah.
Well, he hinted around to it.
He hinted around it. Yeah.
He didn't touch it directly.
But
like R. Kelly,
you kind of knew what it was, what it was aimed at.
Yeah, for sure. And everybody else kind of like didn't even really like go at him on the record. They was talking.
No, they were just talking shit. Yeah, regular boom shit talk rap verses.
I guess they didn't get the memo.
Yeah,
that this is a 50 Cent diss record.
Yeah, no, Fab is the one that just kind of went in. Now I think on their episode that dropped for Christmas, they touched on them being called squatters and not paying the rent.
Okay.
But yeah, in the verses they really didn't, except for Fab.
Now, let's talk about this NYC thing because
the Trax
NYC thing, because I'm a little perplexed on this. Like, somebody got sold some jewelry.
So a guy went in
under the pretense that it was
Trax NYC's
from
company.
A famous jeweler company that it didn't come from, and the jewels were fake.
Yeah, so the guy went in, purchased a bracelet, a white gold bracelet with diamonds, for about 20 grand. Was told it was 14 karat gold with VVS diamonds, which is clear,
right,
almost perfect in color. And then so he went back and found out that it was only less than 10 karat in gold, and the diamonds were not VVS stones. They were all mixed different colors. The clarity wasn't what they said it was. So he went in and approached Trax. And
is this him?
That's the guy that got arrested from Akai Jewelers for them assaulting him afterwards.
They assaulted the owner.
They assaulted Trax, Max from Trax NYC. So what he did was the guy went in and so Trax went fucking ballistic, flipped out and was like, "Give me back." He paid the guy 20 grand to give his money. He gave the customers money. He was like, "That's not fair that they used my name to sell you this piece of shit. Here's 22 grand." And then he went back to confront the Akai Jewelers brothers or guys and said, "Give me back my money."
So they didn't know that he paid the guy that they sold the jewelry to.
No, but they tried to use Trax's name to just basically steal a customer and sold them some bullshit that wasn't what they said it was.
Okay.
And they did it under the premise that they are associated with Trax NYC.
And they're not.
And they're not. They're just in the same jewelry exchange.
Okay.
That is the Trax NYC building.
I'm actually trying to find that video.
On your YouTube, find Trax NYC. Go.
There's just a bunch of people doing like.
Yeah, go to Trax NYC's actual page on TikTok. That's the best one to find it.
Okay.
Because that's where he actually posted it himself.
So what I just type in
Trax TRAX. There it was.
Oh, I should have typed the crash out. This one right here.
Yeah.
This is what we're talking about. Oh, I didn't even see the fist being thrown.
Oh, the guy spit in his face and everything. And then
that's him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go to the actual one. Here, and then it's these two.
Oh, damn, I didn't even see that, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, he should have can't like the bull spit on him.
Spit right in his face. Now look at the video before that where he's going crazy. Might be this one. Trax NYC Crashes Out.
So yeah, he totally crashed out on this joint. Yeah. Okay.
And Benny the dealer in New York, he tried to calm him down, but then those guys, they attacked him and ended up like choking him, and they ended up getting handcuffed and arrested. The two guys here that work for Akai actually got arrested. I don't know what the charges are because it just happened, so I got to see how that plays out. But they attacked him after trying to rob him, rip him off, and use his name for bad business.
So I don't know. When we unpack this, right? They ripped off a jewelry buyer by using
Trax NYC's
name
and then selling them some shit that wasn't what they advertised it as.
He didn't have to necessarily pay this guy back.
He didn't have to pay the guy back. No.
Right.
But the fact that he did,
because his name was attached.
His name was attached to it, and I respect him for that. He didn't have to pay him back.
For sure.
The guy did business with the other guy.
I can have some admiration for him giving the guy the money and
then going and dealing with it himself. Like, then, I'll give you the money and I'll go recoup the money from them.
Right.
But here's your money back.
So here's the thing, right? He took a problem that wasn't his as far as financially.
Yeah.
Right.
Just attached to his name.
Then to go back over there with the guy that bought the jewelry and like, this has nothing to do with me. This does not represent me or what I do.
Yeah.
If the guy came back to him with the jewelry, right? And he like, yeah, I didn't sell you this. You didn't get that from me.
You didn't get that from me.
It's like, they took your money. So I'll go over there with you and address it so that they can let you know that this has nothing to do with my jewelry store.
Right.
Or my name. They owe you this money.
And it's funny because the receipt actually had Akai Jewelers on it. It didn't have Trax NYC. And then underneath of it had all the fake GIA certifications, what the quality was. And it just was all not right. It was all wrong. And then he actually weighed it and showed him what the material was. And it showed him it was only 9.5 karat gold. It wasn't even 14 karat. Mm-hmm. So everything about the sale was wrong, and the fact that he was using
but that wasn't his
pretending to be Trax.
Right. That wasn't. Outside of the forgery of his name or using his likeness, that was his only problem.
That's
so to come out his pocket the expense of the jewelry, he made that a problem for himself.
Yeah, and he made it right, but he didn't have to.
He didn't make it right. He made a problem for himself. He's out of 20-something.
Well, he's out of the money. Yeah, he's out of the money.
And now you want this money from these people, right? Where they got away with the sale.
Yeah.
Right? A sucker's born every day.
Yep.
They got away with the sale, and now you want them to refund you because you're a certified jeweler and you know the difference.
Yeah.
This had to be some type of relation to him or something. I'm assuming.
No, it was he's
just a random.
It was random. It was just a black guy came in to buy some jewelry and was looking to purchase from Trax.
Okay.
Got stopped at the booth.
So he went to the wrong place.
And just ended up at the wrong booth. And they said, no, Trax ran out of this piece, but we have it.
Yeah.
And basically got him to stay there and buy it from his booth. All under false pretense. Yeah.
Damn.
That's why when I buy shit, I only deal with two people. I'll buy it from Carlos at CRM Jewelers in Miami or Luxury Bazaar, which is in Philadelphia. They stand behind their shit and you know what you're going to get. So if something's not right, they fix it.
The guy that bought the jewelry,
but you got to be careful when you're dealing with,
needs to file litigation.
Yeah, it needs to make it. Yeah,
because they both. I mean, as far as the attack, it looks like they both can get charged. In my opinion, I'm not a lawyer.
Yeah, Trax making a scene. I don't know how that'll play out. I
don't know about the making a scene, but I think he struck the guy. The guy went to grab him, and he went upside the guy's head.
He did smack him in the face. Yeah. The one guy, the security guard or whatever.
Yeah.
That grabbed him. But then they choked him with his chain and everything. So I guess the police saw enough to where they didn't arrest him, because if you see the video, he's walking out on his own and the other two are in handcuffs. So I don't know. We'll see how it plays out, though. That doesn't mean a guy can't counter.
We're going to keep a close eye on that.
We'll see how it plays out in the next couple of days and weeks, and we'll see what happens.
Now, what about what's going on with Will Smith in this civil act?
Okay, so apparently he had a violinist that was hired to perform studio work, but also on his tour that he was doing in 25.
Okay.
Remember he was going on that redemption tour, whatever he called it?
That trash tour?
Yeah. And so he had a violinist that was part of it. Apparently the violinist got some note and some like HIV drugs and a different name and a little note that said, just me and you, we built a certain connection.
HIV drugs.
Yeah, that were in a different people's name that were like in his hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently he told the security or somebody with the production company to go get his bags from the room. And they couldn't find them. All kinds of stuff that he said was just not right leading up to the day he got fired. Now, because he made a complaint to the production and management company of Will Smith and said he found a note in the room saying, just me and you later.
He took that as a sexual advance?
A sexual advance. But there was no name on it. Doesn't say who it's from or anything like that. But he took it as a sexual advance, and he said because he made it noted to the production company, the next day he was fired and let go and said, we're moving in a different direction. And I don't know how much of it's true. Honestly, I don't even 1,000% believe it.
Yeah.
But then again, there's a side where
you
can't put anything past anybody. But the whole thing sounds suspect. So I got to see how that one plays out too. It could be just a money grab because he got fired and he's a bitter ex-employee.
I'm not
looking for a money grab.
I'm not he does leaning in that direction where he was harassed.
No, I think he's just a bitter ex-employee. Didn't get what he wanted out of the deal, and now he's just trying to.
That's what it sounds like. I'm not aware of it. I'm really not abreast to the situation, but from listening to what you're explaining, it doesn't sound like it's
It doesn't sound.
What he's making it out to be.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd buy it. But again, it's one of those other things we got to see how that plays out. I mean, it's kind of like what they're doing to Tyler Perry.
I've seen something about that.
There's another one that just came out, and it's like, are they bitter ex-employees, or did these weird sexual advances actually happen? They're both.
The guy does wear a dress.
No, hey, and again, is he gay? Is he not? How the hell do I know?
I do not follow other men's sexual preference.
Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't tell you if that man does what with who. It's pretty crazy to me
it's another case of it could be just bitter ex-employees.
Yeah, like I'm all about protecting the kids, but when you got two
A grown consenting
consenting people, in whatever gender, I'm really not interested.
Yeah, it's kind of like with Diddy, with the producer, Little Rod.
Yeah,
Who said that he did that, and then he promised me he was going to give me his house.
he did what?
And
He shaboinked?
he should them basically,
God damn.
or did touched his ass and grabbed his ass, and that never got to the point of.
I
actual
did see
fucking.
that thing on the.
But it's like, I promise you, Puff Daddy did not offer to give you his home in Star Island
No,
for producing a couple songs on his record.
no,
He did not offer to buy you the house next door.
I don't see that happening.
I just knowing Puff, I don't think that is anything that ever came out of his fucking mouth. So did it happen again? Who the hell knows, man? People do what they do in their own fucking privacy of their own bedrooms and spaces, but
And that's what I'm saying.
some of
Like,
this shit just sounds like money grabs, man.
like sex tapes. Who leaks these tapes?
And how they get access.
Like, whoever leaked it, how did you get it? Was
How'd
you
you
the
get
one
it?
filming? Like,
Yeah. Or did somebody give it to you, or were you in the room?
or was it intentional?
Yeah. Or was it leaked intentionally?
Yeah, I don't ever like.
Like, I think that Shannon Sharp sex leak
Was intentional.
was intentional.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
it was just vocals. There was no video.
Just to
And I think it was because they kept calling
get a
him gay.
fire started.
And just to get a little traction and fire started, I think he
Yeah.
released it.
Yeah, I don't be buying it,
You know,
bro. I don't be. a
That's
lot
in my
of it-
opinion.
A lot of it to me is method acting, is what it is. Like we were talking about that earlier, as far as recording artists. You have to be a good method actor to be able to get in that booth and talk to people that's not really there.
Yeah. Yeah. The guy, Moses Jewelry in New York.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen him?
No.
He's big on social media, but his brother, who now works for the Moses Jewelry Company, he's a voice actor.
Okay.
And just watching that channel and that show, I found out that he is the voice actor for the professor in Money Heist.
The Professor in Money Heist.
Yeah. He played the Money Heist was a big show on Netflix,
I remember.
and he was the voice actor for the American version of the
Okay.
professor,
Okay.
which is crazy because when you hear him talk in real life,
Yeah. Well, Idris Elba don't sound like he sound in the movies.
it don't sound anything like him. And I'm like, holy shit.
He has an accent. But listen, we didn't get to touch on all the topics that we wanted to discuss today, but the one that we did, we kind of went in depth in. And
You want to touch on the Drake and Aiden Ross?
Well, we don't want the episode to go too long.
Okay.
Especially because people are going to lose. Like the attention span today is very short.
Yeah. What are we at? About 45 minutes?
No, we had an hour.
An hour?
Yeah, we had an hour. So
Do you want to leave it there and pick up?
and add them to the next one.
Yeah, because we can go over to how you feel about Trump and the Venezuela grab.
I really wanted to discuss that, but
And,
that's when it takes.
how you feel about Mondami now that he's been sworn in as the New York mayor. The new regime has taken over. You got the Trump Venezuela situation, which just happened last night or yesterday. And then
And
you
he
got
took the
Drake and
people
Aiden
hostage.
Ross with the state gambling thing that happened too. That we
All right, so
dive
do
into
you
next
think
episode.
you think they're boosting their numbers on these streaming sites?
We could go into that real quick. So there's a class action lawsuit against them now, saying that they were using this stake gambling site, which is kind of like Barstool Gambling, Barstool's Bet,
Okay.
MGM, all the online betting, but they were manipulating the money that they were putting in as tips and then tipping each other. And then there was this other third party that they haven't figured out who it is yet, saying that they were manipulating and moving the tips towards him. So that way it was to boost sales, spins and listeners on the music streaming sites like Spotify, Apple, and things like that. So I don't know how it worked out and how they did it, but they were saying they were using that site to boost sales, spins, and music listeners.
So were they paying for them?
And they were paying for it through the through bot farming, but paying for it through the gambling site. And now there's a class action lawsuit of a group of people who say that they were tricked into gambling on this site because of Drake and being fans of Adin Ross, and they were like bamboozled into spending their money and losing it.
I feel like that every time I buy something on TV.
And I feel like they lost the money. So now that they lost and didn't win the winnings, they're like, we were done wrong and we got tricked into gambling.
Everybody is so sensitive.
Yeah. So now there's a class action lawsuit for all the people that have lost money on that gambling site, saying that it's Drake and Adin Ross's fault that they lost money and gambled in the first place
when they went to the site.
So I don't know how that's going to play out, if it'll, and they're trying to turn it into a RICO class action lawsuit.
Wow.
Because of the money being funneled into the spins for music, like buying spins and plays on these sites.
So once you profit off of a site that you're created, you can't spend the money. You can't buy advertisement or something for your
right. I don't see how it's illegal, and I don't see how it's a RICO.
Yeah.
Other than Adin Ross stake gambling and Drake being associated together, so maybe that makes
why they can't be associated.
An organized group of
Are they
gambling.
felons? I don't get why they can't be associated.
I guess because gambling across state lines. I don't know, but it all seems like BS to me. And somebody will probably get paid out. But because it's a class action lawsuit, there's so many people that no matter how much ends up being paid out, the users are only going to get a little bit of it anyway.
Yeah.
So there's really no big gain.
After the lawyer fees and the taxes and everything else that is involved. But we're gonna bring that up again on the next episode of Who Got Lyrics.
Yeah, by that point, we'll see more will play out.
Right. We'll have more information on it.
There'll be more evidence, more laid out.
Yes. So right now, what we're going to do is we're going to bid you guys adieu. And thank you for joining us, whether you're in the live on YouTube or the live on Facebook. We're going to be here next Monday. But we are doing that special episode.
We're going to do a special episode.
We're doing a relationship episode on Saturday. I still got to earn out the kinks and to get that done. But
we're going to have girls up here, and we'll be talking each's perspective on relationships.
And is the dating pool full of piss in the this era? Right? Now I haven't been dating, but I hear the horror stories. There's a lot of horror stories, especially floating around on the internet. So we're going to discuss some of the horror stories and what our past experiences have been, and we're going to have a good time. So make sure y'all tune in to the live on YouTube. Rag, you want to give them the YouTube?
So it's youtube.com/JRAG_MUSIK. So it's jRagMusic. If you want to catch the live exclusive of the podcast, the Who Got Lyrics.
And then you can catch the recap or the edited version
and then
on Raised in the 80s podcast on YouTube, Montana Blak Man Code on YouTube. And y'all already know what it is, man. Who Got Lyrics, the podcast, J Rag and Montana Blak, and we're going to see y'all next week.
Next week.
Deuces.
Peace.
That shit could break.
Episode 3, Who Got Lyrics? Squatter rights.
That's my bad.